Do you ever feel like no matter how much effort you put in, your work just isn't good enough? Like there's always one more thing you could tweak or perfect? If this sounds familiar, you might be dealing with perfectionism. And while it may seem like a positive trait at first glance, perfectionism can often hold us back more than it helps. Today, we're going to unpack what perfectionism really is, explore why we fall into its trap, and most importantly, how we can let it go so we can start achieving more and feeling better about our progress. So, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to embrace progress over perfection, allowing you to live a more fulfilled life. Why do we find ourselves stuck in this cycle of perfectionism? For many, it begins with a strong desire to do well. It's perfectly fine to have high standards, but for some of us, this desire to excel can turn into a debilitating need for perfection. Perfectionism is often driven by a fear of failure, fear of judgment, or even fear of disappointing others. In today's world, where we are constantly bombarded with images of perfect lives on social media, this pressure can feel overwhelming. We see friends, influencers, and celebrities showcasing their successes, and it makes us feel like we have to measure up. Social comparison can create unrealistic expectations and a toxic mindset, leading us to believe that we must be perfect to be accepted or valued. Understanding the origins of perfectionism is essential. It helps us recognize that it's not just about wanting to do a good job. It's often tied to deeper issues of self-esteem and fear. If you resonate with this struggle, stick with me, because I've got tips coming up that will help you shift from feeling stuck to making real progress. If you found this video interesting so far, consider subscribing. We have lots of valuable insights on overcoming challenges just like this, and you won't want to miss out. Now let's talk about what happens when we're caught up in perfectionism. First, it leads to procrastination. When we believe something has to be flawless, we hesitate to even start. The fear of not measuring up can delay our actions entirely, leaving us stuck and frustrated. If you're in this cycle, I have a dedicated video on breaking free from procrastination. You can check out this video after this one. Perfectionism doesn't just stop at procrastination. It often leads to burnout as well. Imagine spending hours trying to get every detail just right. This can drain your energy and motivation, leaving you feeling exhausted and unaccomplished. Additionally, when we aim for perfection, we often lose sight of our overall progress. We become so focused on achieving the perfect result that we overlook the smaller steps we've taken toward our goals. This can create a sense of frustration and disillusionment. It's crucial to understand that letting go of perfectionism doesn't mean lowering your standards. In fact, it's quite the opposite. When you learn to embrace progress over perfection, you allow yourself the freedom to achieve more and learn from your experiences. It's a powerful shift that can transform how you approach your work and your life. Now that we understand the why and the consequences of perfectionism, let's dive into some practical steps you can take to overcome it and move forward with confidence. Set realistic goals. The first step is to set realistic goals. Instead of aiming for flawless outcomes, focus on clear and achievable objectives. If you're working on a report, aim to complete a solid draft without nitpicking every detail. This way, you can focus on what really matters, getting your ideas down and improving upon them later. Remember, progress is more important than perfection. Embrace good enough. Next, learn to embrace the concept of good enough. Allowing yourself to stop at good enough doesn't mean you're being lazy or settling for mediocrity. It means you're prioritizing progress over perfection. Done is better than perfect. By moving forward with work that's good enough, you create space for more meaningful accomplishments and less stress. Break tasks into smaller steps. Perfectionism often kicks in with big, overwhelming projects. To combat this, break them down into smaller, manageable steps. If you're tackling a design project, start with a rough outline and refine it in stages. This approach makes each step feel more achievable and helps you avoid getting stuck in the perfectionism trap. Let go of control. Remember that perfectionism is often about control, wanting every detail to be just right. Challenge yourself to let go of that need for control. Ask yourself, will this one detail matter a month from now? Most of the time, the answer will be no, and realizing this can be incredibly freeing. Celebrate small wins. Lastly, celebrate your small victories. Did you complete a task, even if it wasn't perfect? That's a win. Acknowledging these small steps keeps you motivated and helps shift your focus from flawless results to steady progress. Each step forward is a step closer to your ultimate goal, and recognizing that can boost your confidence. So, remember, if you're finding these tips helpful and want to learn more about overcoming common challenges, hit that subscribe button. There's plenty more great content on the way to help you continue your journey toward personal growth. Remember, perfectionism isn't the goal, progress is. Letting go of perfectionism opens you up to growth, learning, and new accomplishments without the added stress. So, next time you feel the pull to make everything flawless, remind yourself that good enough truly is enough. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and consider subscribing for more self-improvement tips. And if you want to dive deeper into overcoming procrastination, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.